Hello everyone and welcome back to our blind Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Mount Edgeworth for mobile. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today we're going to try to get to the bottom more of this mystery. We have Cammy over here, we have a bunch of stuff here. The last part, I think we looked at everything. Life vests. I thought it was clicking on this thing on the floor. Did we check this area out? There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy me something then as a present? Alright, so, yeah. Already done that before. Can't seem to go further here. The glass from this display's case door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside it either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? Alright, so we already had the captain's hat. We kind of know if we've done everything before because the text seems to skip automatically. I'm thinking we gotta open up our logic here. Alright, let's look. Could the hat have been on this guy? I don't know about this one. Oh, yes! I was right. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. As you look around everywhere, this guy has a hat. Aw, look at it, it's so adorable. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Mr. I fly piggy bank data or updated in my organizer. Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So, come on. How should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Okay. Further inspection got me absolutely nowhere. Oh, there we go. Alright. Ooh, a lot of stuff here. There's a missing blank spot. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather. Hey, I was reading. What is it? I touched the glass and it cut my finger. Oh, the dots. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth. It hurts. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. Good point, though. If you break the glass here, wouldn't there be glass all over the place here? Plus, the glass was rather cleanly, is what he says. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Meal, if I may ask you about this lock. Well, the one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all the display cases. I see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something? Do you want me to get the key from her? No, that's alright. Isn't that, like, suspicious though that she has a key? Because she could have unlocked the thing and broke the glass from the other side. And then that's how it's so you know, pristine. Okay, nothing there. It's kind of annoying because I'm not really sure, like, what is something I click on versus not. Is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator? Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of iFly Airlines, Mr. Hugo iFly. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle one is the most realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's the floral version. The floral? Are you sure about that? Yeah, that doesn't look anything like the guy. Let me guess. You just said the first thing that came into your mind, right? Oh, the dots. Looks like I hit bullseye. Alright, that's gonna be the same. And that's the same. What is it I'm supposed to look at? iFly Airlines related books and line this shelf. The history of iFly Airlines, the future of iFly Airlines. The 7 wonders of iFly. Fight on, iFly Airlines. Working name, Go You Airlines. I love flying. The titles make it very clear that they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. What am I missing? This is what I hate. The fact that I can click on something that I think I'm investigating, but she just talks about her cut. See what I mean? And I'm not really sure where I haven't explored. So one thing I don't like about this game's mechanics. In previous games, it would be like green and then go gray, and I would know, okay, I've explored it. In this game, not so much. Okay, there is a deduce button here. Well, Poet must have shadowed the case to take it. It's gotta be this, right? The hat on its head was found inside a display case in the iFlight shop. I wonder if that fact has any bearing on this case. There is definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Mr. iFly bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. I'm starting to suspect that Miss Rhoda or shoot, Toneko? Dang it! Just forgot her name. Sorry. Still recovered from an illness. My brain doesn't work properly. But I'm starting to think maybe she had something to do with everything. She definitely was acting the most suspicious. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, no there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that the hat was knocked off its head at that time too. Eh? Oh, that's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Mr. iFly from here after the turbulence. The plane shook so much during it that it made a huge mess of the shop. Mr. iFly Bank did update my organizer. Oh, the zine dots. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen when I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence. Which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon? Oh, really? So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility. But then what if the killer went to take Mr. iFly? They broke the glass by accident. The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. Yep. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Plus, she faked getting permission, so that way she could go to possibly cover up her crime. Miss Rhoda Tenero, eh? That's it, Tenero. Alright. No. These don't fit together, okay. It was worth a shot. Yes, there is definitely something wrong here. That's the sudden yelling. Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure. They're totally strange. Like the color and the such? That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. You're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Ahem. The suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I couldn't say that. But I guess they take after the crater. Hee hee. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind. I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. Tee. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if you just heard what you just said. Oh, the dots. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase? Well, I see the flowers on the floor to the left. Ah, I see something that's different. This one has blocks, this one doesn't. Take that. There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so, it is very likely that the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? So, are we gonna find something inside the suitcase? A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say. Nothing is working here. Check the wheels. What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. Oh, you're right! I just noticed that. It's red and everything else is purple. This color and this scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Hello? A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Ah! It's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Investigation complete. So, explain this to me? What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps. But aren't you just like talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is... the body? I mean, we did just get done playing Nirvana Initiative. I believe you could do that. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Okay, so the body was moved to the elevator? This is getting interesting. But, in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from somewhere else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. Oh, the dots? So, you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. Oh, the dots? What is it? Nothing. It's just that I was thinking about what Mr. Rhoda said about coming here for something. Huh? Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's this? Oh, Stenero. I want to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. Oh dear God. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge. And I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. To be continued. Middle, part 1. Well, we got Fran over here. We have to see her sometime, right? March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Spring Airport. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering just what she was up to. Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miss Miles Edgeworth. Yes! Franziska! Oh, I love Fran! Oh, Oh, she's great. I'm so happy right now. Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I'm needed. And whenever there are criminals to be caught.
Her name is Franziska von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are.
Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest.
What?
It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I had to take what I could get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
Well, technically your dad is a criminal, so... Okay, sorry. Wait, it's all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim.
A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder all over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death.
Franziska, you honestly believe that I killed a man?
Oh, the dots. I suppose I should reserve judgment until I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrests on hold until then.
That's as it should be.
Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for.
Oh, it's good to see that she still got that. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together?
I had to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town.
Trust me, I had no intention to.
Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir?
Ah.
You're too slow.
Ow!
Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand?
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Ah! Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
You just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, she even has a bow back. God, I love this animation. I mean, it's not high def. It's not, you know, super realistic. But these graphics are just beautiful to me. I have no idea why, but this type of representation of visuals just makes me smile so much. I guess part of it is because I played a lot of NIS games, and I'm not faulting NIS. They make a lot of great games, but they rarely have like animation like this. They have stock pictures, and you see a picture, and you'll see the picture, you know, they'll emote, and that's how they look. But I love it when I can actually see the characters on a screen like this. If you want a great example of that, go play Cross Edge for the PS3. And Cross Edge, they have some scenes like this, and then they have some stock pictures, and the scenes like this, in my opinion, are just always better. And I love it. I love seeing that. It's just, it makes me so happy. I love the graphics in this game. It is just beautiful. Hey, it's good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see that you're okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case, I have a few questions for you. Oh, we got this music too. So, how was the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements right now, sir. Well, that sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case. My chase was a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I was run over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. And it had to come in advance to wait your flight's arrival. Well, that is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident? No details. It's kind of top secret, so she had talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, well, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Alright, we can go this way, strangely enough. What if you are the planes preparing for takeoff? I want to ride a plane someday and go overseas. Have you never been to another country before, detective? Nope, not yet, sir. I don't even have a passport. But I've been saving up for the actual someday. A penny a day to be precise. Well, at that rate, he won't be making any trips until well after retirement. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. I'm all excited to see this many planes too. Just look at the size of these things. Do you like planes too, mister? The balance between the main wings and the tail wings is really something, huh? It seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. Oh, but I've also got a thing for the shape of the wings too. Here, mister, you can sit next to me. So, about that plane's wing. Tisk. Thank you, detective, for leaving me out of this conversation. This man was a first class with me. He was quite shaken up with the whole affair. Well, I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir. I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's not my most valued possession. How could you just take that from the plane? It's okay, Miss Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least. Maybe that's what Edgeworth needs. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Nom 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 nom. In Soviet Russia, world flags, lunchboxes eat Jew. Miss Edgeworth, we gotta give him some water. Found it, lol. Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000! Lols. For my next leap move, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's got a Voxor, so many Boxors. Phew. Good thing it was just a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth? So, the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me as usual. Oh, I love their dynamic. Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. Oh, I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try. What should I go with? I recommend our airport special World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. If you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one?
Is that okay, sir?
Ah, thanks. All right, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go.
Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star Spangled Banner lunchbox, please.
Who wants to bet that doesn't say Star Spangled Banner lunchbox in the Japanese version? I mean, we have so many Ace Attorney experts in this community. Is that what they actually said, or did they say Japan here in the original? I hope he's aware that the most expensive one on the menu. You know what I also thought about seeing lunchboxes? I thought of the 5th case and the first game with Ima. The lady selling lunchboxes. You know, this game, how far off was Rise from the Ashes to the end of the Ace Attorney trilogy in this game? Like, where in the timeline is that? Is this game before Rise from the Ashes, or is it? Because I know this game takes place like a month after the trilogy, but I forget where that first game took place. I mean, the 5th case in the first game. All right, let's go through.
Hey, Miss Edgeworth. I think something just fell out of your pocket.
What are you?
So did something fell out of you or not? I am getting a good look, sir.
It doesn't concern you, so don't worry about it. My prosecutor's badge, of all things. Gumshoe must never know that I dropped it. Detective Gumshoe, this is...
Oh, is that for me? You shouldn't have, sir. Well, I'm glad to take anything you want to give to me.
Hands off, Detective. This item is related to the case.
So, what about it did you want to ask me about?
Forget I asked, Detective. Alright, so is he gonna say that for... Yeah, he's gonna say that for all the items that he can't react to. And I have a, I just have a thing where I like to present all evidence, because you never know what evidence is actually going to be important. Like this.
What is this? This raccoon-looking thing?
It's not a raccoon. It's a mascot of iFly Airlines. His name is Mr. iFly, and apparently he's supposed to be a monkey.
Really?
Doesn't look like a monkey to me. It doesn't look like a monkey. It looks like a cat. It looks like a cat.
Oh, I'm feeling some inspiration coming on. I'm going to make a piggy bank out of the police mascot, the Blue Badger. Well then, whenever there's any loose change lying around the precinct, I can go in there.
Sure, sounds great. As long as it isn't in my money. Nothing on the phone? Nothing with the grape juice? Or this? I love the reference to the Blue Badger though. That's great. Alright, here we go.
So this design is so postmodern, sir.
Oh, please kill me. Postmodern, you say?
Oh yeah, especially this alien-shaped handle here. I mean, you can really feel a connection.
A connection. Right. Detective, please stop with your horrible impression of an art critic.
But I was only telling you my honest feelings, sir.
We haven't checked this, actually. Anything on the back? Looks like a face, creepily enough. For there be this much blood on this piece of cloth. Was the victim wrapped in it at some point? There's something very familiar about this fabric pattern. Yeah, it looks like, what's his name? Lagrange? Detective Gumshoe, this is...
Oh, is that for me?
Yeah, it's not. What's that guy's name? Is it Lagrange? It's like Zinc something. LeBlanc. This guy. Zinc LeBlanc. That looks exactly like his clothes. But then again, it wasn't she also? Like, she understands him. So maybe she's with him? She's still only 19. Man, she's so young. And yet, she's amazing. I really love Franziska. And I love her design. Her hair color and everything. Her earrings, her brooch. I always thought she had just such a striking visual. Daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma, prosecutor, came here on assignment. Homicide detective. Acme Hicks. Rhoda Tenero. Zinc LeBlanc. And Cami Malie. Or Mile. Or Meal? Yeah, I think it's Meal. Because as Green River pointed out, it's chamomile. So, Cami Meal. Alright. Let's go this way then. Who is this guy? Man. These characters just look so good. I'm sorry, I can't stop saying that because they look amazing. March 12th, 1:37 p.m. Flight 1390, second floor, first class.
So, you must be the captain.
Oh, that's who that is. Why, yes, I am. And you might too be.
I am the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma, and I have a few questions for you.
Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman? I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I have only eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on a dear captain to be much of a reputable person.
Sure you don't want to ask Captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip. Don't mind us.
Ah!
I love Fran. March 12th, 1:40. Now see here, is that this guy?
Sorry, I'm so sorry!
How long did you take to hold me? It is impossible for me to be this criminal, I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you! Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't even have 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Miss Von Karma. Why would you do this to me, Franziska? Alright, that's the same. Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep. All done, sir.
I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. A box cargo. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art?
Miss LeBlanc is an art dealer. She's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. It's practically a mountain of them, large and small.
Before costumes, to store statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Full costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Yes, I know, I was getting there. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Bourgeois club.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
But yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from all over the seas for more.
Evidence discovered in the Edgeworth shop. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
No. My cargo this time is much more, many more gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved?
You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal.
The stubbornness of your police is just no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room, too.
That attendant. I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero.
What is it? Do you have some use for me? Seem not to understand. I have no time to waste. Let me put it another way. Lieutenant, CSD, the agent. There, maybe another language to get through your head.
I understand you perfectly fine in English. Actually, don't know what that means in Latin. I know a little bit of Latin, but not that. So if you know what that means in Latin, go back, rewind it, translate it, let me know. Le temps c'est de l'argent. Actually, that may not be Latin, that may be French. Yeah, it may be French. I have no idea. If you speak French, let me know. Alright, I don't think, I'm gonna go through all the evidence anyway.
You, I can say you had the guts to show me a piece of art at this time. But from a single glance, I can already tell you it's mostly worthless.
This has much more value as a piece of non-art, I assure you.
You look like you have always something to say. Perhaps you are thinking, like casting pearls before swine.
He actually hit the nail on the head for once. Yeah! It's kind of weird. I was a little bit shocked by that one.
So you're finally paying my wasted money.
Sorry, but there's absolutely nothing inside this wallet.
How dare you! You are wanting to trick me! I will sue you for fraud!
Mr. LeBlanc, are you seriously considering a courtroom tango with me? I hope not, but in case you are, there's a certain lawyer I can introduce you to. Oh, that's so mean. I think I skipped something. Alright, nothing there. Got 3 more pieces of evidence to go through. Two more. Really haven't found that cell phone. That might be the smoking gun in this case. Alright, anything new? Aha, what did Tenero? What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken to the attendance room for an interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taken up so much time? Oh, hello.
Miss Edgeworth, you were given free rein to exhibit the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room.
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, face off with Franziska! Ooh-hoo-hoo.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. By the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge this entire time was you, Mr. Edgeworth. This unmistakable makes you the likeliest suspect.
The likeliest suspect, Franziska.
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. Usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic, and fast. Rebuttal. Yes! Oh, I love Franziska. I'm so glad to see her, even though she's kind of a pain in the butt right now, but still.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion.
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Wow, that sounds familiar.
Hey, you say like you're cooking a package? No, ow! I would allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see, she hasn't changed a bit. But I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily.
The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered.
So, tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene?
I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you.
And nothing more?
Call the dots. Are you saying there is more that I need to know? Ah! Oh, why'd you whip me, sir? Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped.
Ah. It would appear that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of this case yet.
For the time, the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found.
What do you mean by seen?
Please, stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, for the time after the call from until the body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth.
While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Ha! We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation.
God, I really wish her voiceover was all the time, because I love her voice. Her voice is so good. And I know I said this before in the Ace Attorney trilogy, but it's true. Like, I love this character so much, and the voice actress is great. I want to see more of it.
However, there's only one thing that even you must admit at this time. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. Miss Von Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow! Quiet, Scruffy. Even if we were related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal.
Franziska.
I demand to see some proof that you are not the guilty party.
The likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in logic one hole at a time. So... here? This piece of evidence perfectly exposes a flaw in your logic.
Oh, well then why don't you show me how it does that? Go on. Oh, I bet it's this part, right? That conflicts with something, right, sir? You have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
Detective Gumshoe, don't speak up when you don't know what you're talking about.
Ouch, man! I was just trying to follow your lead, sir. That you would allow someone to take over your disgrace! Arr!
I guess that wasn't it. Huh. Okay, where's the whole no logic? The scene of the crime. There we go. Haha. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location.
Oh, the dots!
The killer used his suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Now, who's the one rationally jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me.
All he did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose the suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way.
Ah, but did you know that the killer definitively wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
As if there's proof of that.
Where is the proof that the suitcase was moved around? It's the wheel. All it takes is one look at this and you'll have your answer.
Indeed, I have my answer now. That you are an ignorant whippersnapper.
Arrgh! Or rather, you are the unforgiving whippersnapper. Where did it come from? The path the killer took. It's here? Like, I can't point at the wheel. Looks like something being dragged.
This spilled grape juice in front of the elevator?
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? It's, right here? This mark here, wouldn't you say it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of this suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
Oh, the dots! I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot.
Franziska's Logic Part 2. Although, I'm probably going to stop here, because I think it's a good stopping point, especially since, you know, I need to take a break, and it's been fun, and I want to dive more into this, and I know if I go through this logic, I'm not going to stop until I get to the very end of this segment. So, let me go ahead and stop here. I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. This is our blind Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigation Model Edgeworth. Until next time, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.